Radio, and this is December 29th, 2015. This is my last show of the year, and I hope you had a very lovely holiday, and we're almost through it. How was your year last year? Did you have time to ponder on it? Boy, I've had some surprise gifts, and I'm going to talk about one of them. Actually, I have less gray. Oh my God. Now, when you're 62 and you notice that you got 75% less gray in your hair, it's a big deal. You know what I mean? Well, maybe you don't, but those of you who are older get it. And I have to call this spirit humor because I noticed it for 2 weeks. And this is about a month and a half ago, I noticed that I had less gray. And I would mention it to people, and I would always say, I have no idea why my hair is less gray. I haven't done anything new, any new vitamins. I don't think my vitamins are making less gray. I have no clue. And Spirit let me go on like this for 2 darn weeks. And then I'm driving to the store, and I must have thought of my gray hair being gone. And all of a sudden, I had this thought come into my head. And I know Spirit put it there because I wasn't getting this, okay? And they said, duh. Now, they didn't use duh, but I added that in because I really felt like duh. You've been sleeping under a pyramid. And I went, oh, I've been sleeping under a pyramid. God, how incredible, you got it. You're right. I was sleeping under a pyramid. Thank you, Spirit. I appreciate those words of wisdom and allowing me to get it. And yes, I've been sleeping under a pyramid. Someone made me a pyramid in August, and it's about 2 feet in diameter, and I put it up over my bed, and I just haven't thought about it. Because what happens is whatever happens to you, it's so subtle that you don't notice it. And then all of a sudden you look and it's so obvious, you have less gray. So I wrote to my friend in China, Dr. James Wong, who's an expert on pyramids. And I said, James, God, this is incredible. I've been sleeping under a pyramid and I have less gray. And of course, he writes back, well, I told you that you would get younger if you slept under a pyramid. Oh, there's nothing like the Learn by Doing program. You know what I mean? And he says, but he never heard of anybody's gray reversing. And I am the first, I'll take it. And he congratulated me. So that was one of my unexpected gifts. And the other gift I got is one of those moments where you can apply that you get what you really wanted, but it didn't come from the direction you thought it was going to come from, nor look like it was going to look like when you got it. And by that meaning, I actually got cataract surgery. And oh my God, I'm going to tell you about my experience. And wow, it is amazing to be able to see. So I'm going to talk about the cataract surgery in a little bit, and I'm going to give you the Fukushima report, maybe do a little bit of DNA repair, abundance prayer, if we can fit it in. And, being the end of the year, 2016, I'm really hoping and going to put it out there. Let's go for enlightenment next year, shall we? I don't know about you, but I'm sure done with all this crap and all this darkness and all this evil that's going on in the planet and the earth being destroyed, friends dying. So I'm going to put more attention on actually manifesting enlightenment, and I hope you'll join me. And we're going to talk about that next week. So I thought, what a beautiful way to bring in the new year. Actually talk about how we can manifest enlightenment on the planet Earth. So that's going to be next week. And the second hour, I want to do the soul retrieval. And if you've not ever done that before, it's very, very powerful shamanic work. And it's taking back all your energy that you've given away or people have taken from you with or without your permission, from all your incarnations, past, present, future. I do major curse removal, and I remove your mother's overlay and your father's overlay. It's very, very powerful, and it's even more profound because You can imagine 30, 40,000 people being in a group together doing the energy work, because that's what's actually happened as we speak. I love doing it on the radio. I can do it one-on-one, but boy, when you do it on radio, it is so profound just because all the people are joining in. And that's going to be the last hour. So let's get on with the Fukushima and the radiation, Earth radiation report. So I don't know if you're aware, but there was some emergency shutdowns in a Russian reactor. Residents of St. Petersburg near Leningrad in Russia were frightened December 18th this year by large quantities of radioactive steam venting from reactor number 2 at the 4-reactor complex. The director of the nuke plant said that a main pipe had broken in the turbine side of the reactor. This is unconfirmed. Very little else is known about the industrial accident other than one man was hospitalized. It's thought he was a worker at the nuclear reactor. The nuclear plant contains 4 aging 1000 MW RBMK style Soviet era reactors, creating 12,000 MW of thermal energy of total heat. Only about a third is recoverable as electricity. Reactors in general are very inefficient sources of electricity. Mostly the reactors just warm up the ocean and the air. Great for plutonium-239 for bombs, but real poor for electricity. The number 2 reactor is 40 years old and temporarily shut down due to the accident. The unit had an unexpected lifespan of 30 years. Now, 40 years ago, all 4 reactors are similar to the destroyed number 4 reactor at Chernobyl, Ukraine. The nuclear plant director was quoted from a press conference he had. A French newspaper and Express in the UK provided sketchy details. Facts are slowly emerging. The main pipe the director spoke of in a nuclear plant could be 6 feet in diameter. Okay, now we've got baby pulse spikes, rad monitors in the US. Now, 3 days later, on December 21st, EPA beta and gamma rad monitors registered a sharp peak in the recorded radiation readings in 17 rad monitors to date. The radiation spikes lasted approximately 6 hours each. The affected cities were Lincoln, Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska, Des Moines, Iowa, Aurora, Illinois, Madison, Wisconsin, Champaign, Illinois, Chicago, Illinois, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Indianapolis, Indiana, Detroit, Michigan, Cleveland, Ohio, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Jefferson City, Missouri, Springfield, Missouri. The rad spikes went from 250 to 450 CPM points and all sharply upward. I don't know about you guys, but all my family's in the Midwest, and all I can say is I'm pissed. Now, Yuma, Phoenix, and Tucson rad units go high and are shut down. Yuma, Phoenix, and Tucson, Arizona all saw extended absences in their rad measurements units this week after Yuma's nation-leading high radiation level last week. Seems the new Westerners turn tail and run at the first sign they need to move. Man up or woman up. In this case, gender is meaningless here. They deserted. All the publicly reporting rad monitors were switched off when called on to perform, when the staff gets paid good money to do and keep the machines running. So who ordered them to shut down? Were the machines lobotomized too, like in Billings, Montana, who also had the top high radiation levels for weeks? The real question is the same question as always. Where did the radiation come from? Nuke weapons or nuke reactors? Yep, there are only 2 possible sources for this much radiation: exploding nuclear weapons or daily venting of nuclear reactors. This is no high school physics lab test gone bad or backyard fission fusion event. Take your pick. You're damned if you do or damned if you don't. There are no other big nuclear sources on the planet. It takes about 40 days for high rad intermingled with the jet stream to come around again and re-hit the states. There's so much radiation high up in the air that this always happens. Closer to home, there is Senator John McCain's favorite reactor in Phoenix. Getting long in the tooth, is it? The world's nuclear weapons lab know, of course, exactly where the radiation comes from, but they aren't talking. Not their job. The original sources are still the same, though. Weapons or reactors, take your pick. It doesn't matter. The radiation excursion happened December 18th, 2015, and somewhere another will happen today and tomorrow and all of our tomorrows until these nuclear plants are shut down. Now, the question is, do you think the United States' very high radiation numbers are from exploding nuclear weapons or from venting nuclear reactors or some combination of both? Now, St. Louis and the radiation problems. St. Louis now and forever will be remembered as a Manhattan Project nuclear garbage dump. It was far the most poisonous, flammable elements in the universe that just happens to also be radioactive. What will happen to the pieces of the rocks that incinerated? What will happen to the pieces of the rocks that incinerated Hiroshima, Japan, and turned former people into mere shadows on the concrete? This is not Nagasaki, which was blown away by plutonium manufactured in all reactors. What is going on in St. Louis City Federal Nuclear Garbage Dump is the two have more or less run together 100 to 200 feet below the ground thanks to the water in the floodplain. This is out by the airport in a poor section of town in a floodplain. As garbage dumps frequently do, it caught on fire. Now, that's not very unusual. However, hundreds of tons, if not thousands of tons of highly radioactive elementals were with unpronounceable names like americium. The problem of flammable rocks mixed with or next to the garbage dump is not solvable in this lifetime or ever. There is no fix. You know, really, the only fix there's going to be is divine magic and people putting their thoughts and their minds together and focusing on this challenge. As commentators have pointed out, this nuclear fire in St. Louis could be the result of many different things or nothing at all. Now that's real plausible deniability for you. An old term fix President Nixon popularized. The real criminals are long dead who thought of digging a plain hole in the ground for the uranium bomb making leftovers of the Manhattan Project in the first place. And those workers who buried it many years ago. Their atomic legacy just keeps on killing. Now, St. Louis is certainly not alone in experiencing the reckless disrespect for life and health of the powerful federal private Manhattan Project. The same highly radioactive throwaways from building the bomb are used as an underpavement for roads in, are you ready for this? Niagara Falls, New York, and West Chicago, Illinois. And there are no doubt more cities with such a curse from World War II days and the 1950s. The St. Louis dump ground now makes up a giant nuclear powder cooking pot because the uranium brings its own heat with it as a free built-in property. The stuff burns really hot, up to 10,832 degrees Fahrenheit. The real devil's brew of explosive and poisonous stuff is cooking up in St. Louis. Worse, it's probably already on fire up to 200 feet below ground. The garbage fire is called a smoldering fire and is starved for oxygen. Digging it up is not a good idea since that just exposes the burning garbage fire to more oxygen. The uranium products don't require oxygen to burn. Uranium products can burn without oxygen and underwater. It makes no difference to the uranium. Plus, the fine uranium particles can catch on fire at room temperature all by themselves. No ignition sources are required. When people use the old expression, it was bound to happen, this is one of those things. Now, 70 years later, it's kind of a perfect crime. The original perpetrators are long dead and buried or almost dead. The feds are using a standard cover story that emphasizes that it was an illegal dumping operation of radioactive waste. That's preposterous. The hundreds of thousands of workers, ranging from engineers to laborers digging a huge hole out by the airport, did exactly what they were told to do by the Manhattan Project. The feds are just trying to escape liability by these idiotic lies. The feds broke it. They have to pay to fix the impossible situation the folks are in now. It's theirs. Now, not 50 years from now. Uranium is also chemically active. It can and does provoke the creation of explosive and poisonous gases at the St. Louis garbage nuke dump site that migrate through the upper layers of dirt, garbage, and radiation stuff to poison and harm the people of St. Louis and everybody in that area. That is the natural way of things when substances are exposed to radiolysis. It is defined by the Free Dictionary as radiolysis, molecular decomposition of a substance and a result of radiation. All right, well, St. Louis, we either got to do the magic, you got to do the magic, or you might have to really get up and move. So Amarillo, Texas, since we all know what was there, there is no need to go into all that. The radiation report from EPA and all their historical rad records are totally gone, totally blown away. There's nothing left to report. The radiation numbers now are in the past. The EPA records vanished overnight. The town is fine, omitting the obvious as far as I know. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, special gift from the insane pro-nukers. California perennially leads the nation in population. California also has 9 cities above the 900 radiation, ionized radiation. All right. Now, these cities are Bakersfield, San Diego, Anaheim, Fresno, Riverside, Los Angeles, San Bernardino County, Sacramento, and San Francisco. So let's get right to the radiation levels for the cities, and anything above 20 is really bad, okay? So let's start at the highest. We'll work down. The highest radiation city in the United States is Little Rock, Arkansas, at 1,300 and I'm sorry, I have new eyes, so I missed Miami, Florida. Miami, Florida, 1,485 radiation level. Little Rock, Arkansas, 1,397. Colorado Springs, 1,387. Lincoln, Nebraska, 1,311. Omaha, 1,233. Portland, 1,226. Spokane, Washington, 1,222. Amarillo, Texas, 1,208. And I'm sure he took the back records from. This was also compiled by Bob Nichols from. Sorry, Bob. I forgot who you worked for. Veterans Today. So thank you guys. All right. So Bismarck, North Dakota, 1,191. Raleigh, North Carolina, 1,185. Bakersfield, 1,178. Oh, Navajo Lake, New Mexico, Billings, Montana, Pierre, South Dakota, Tucson, Arizona, Idaho Falls, Idaho, El Paso, Texas. You're all over 1,124. All right, Los Angeles, San Diego, Anaheim, Kearney, Nebraska, Worcester, Massachusetts, Kansas City, Kansas, Louisville, Kentucky, Wichita, Kansas, San Bernardino County, and St. George, Utah. Well, you guys are over 1,044. Now remember, anything over 20 rads is bad. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, you're at 1,041. Yuma, Arizona, Laredo, Texas, Memphis, Tennessee, Salt Lake City, Utah, you're all around 1,029. Now, the lowest radiation level in the country, yes, of course, if you would say Washington, D.C., you got it right. Their radiation level was 375. Now, that's a high, and their low is 79. I sure would like to know what they are doing because, I think the rest of the world needs it. So I was given the gift of sight this year, and I opted to have a cataract operation. And I want to share with you what I went through because I'm finding that so many people, well, if you're around 62 or 50, 55, you might be interested in it. Your eyesight might be going bad. I think it was the best thing I ever did, and I probably could be the poster girl for cataract operation. Now, let me just tell you how bad my eyes were. If you would take a Coca-Cola glass bottle and break it and look out the bottom, all right, that's how thick my glasses would be if I didn't pay a little bit extra to have thinner lenses, and even then they were pretty thick. Yeah, for those of you that remember watching TV where you see this poor little girl, this little kid with these big, awful glasses, and they've got these big bug eyes. Well, yeah, that's what my eyes would have looked like if I would have went with the Coca-Cola regular lens. So, they're pretty bad. Let's just say you wouldn't want me to drive on the road without my glasses, okay? I could read without them as long as it was about 8 inches from my nose, and I could really see fine print. So, but anything past there, it just got blurrier and blurrier. And about 2 years ago, I went to the eye doctor and got a new pair of glasses, and he told me, he goes, "Oh, you've got the beginnings of cataract in your left eye. Oh, you are just going to love it once it gets worse. Oh, it's going to be awesome." And, he got a little bit too happy when he said this, the way I was looking at it. He goes, 10 minutes, you're going to clip. You're going to have new eyes. You're going to see better than before. And I'm thinking inside, this guy's a little too happy, if you know what I mean. You can almost see him going, yeah. And your little dog, too, Toto, too, my pretty. So I just looked at him and I said, okay, well, how bad do my eyes have got to get before I qualify for surgery? And is there any way to reverse it? Of course, he said no. And as far as me qualifying for surgery, he just smiled and said, now it's time to get glasses. So I'm going to get glasses now. I got bad eyes, right? So I decided that I'm going to get the biggest pair of darn glasses that I could because I'd be able to see more, right? Because I'd have more lens. And if you ever seen my pictures, I got some big honkers on. So I got these big glasses and I took them home. And as I'm driving, I couldn't see out of the top of them and I couldn't see out of the bottom. No one told me that because I had such bad eyes and such bad, lenses that I would only be able to see out of the middle. So I kind of always, look like a snob and I had my nose in the air because that's the only way I could see out of these glasses. How's that for cosmic humor, right? So really, if you're going driving or walking down the street and see some elderly person with their nose up in the air with big glasses, don't think they're snobs. That's probably the only way they can see out of the glasses. You know what I mean? Okay, different perspective, just saying. So now I've got these glasses and I'm doing everything I can for 2 years. And I maintained my glasses. And actually, the glasses that I got, the prescriptions were so strong. I looked at those like they're my binocular glasses because I could see far away and really well. And then in August, something happened in my life and I have no idea. But both my eyes changed to where my glasses, I couldn't see well. And I really noticed that I wasn't driving very well at night. I couldn't see very well. Now, guys, this is a reality check here. Okay. If you really can't see well at night and you make yourself stay home because you don't like driving well at night, it may be time to go to the eye doctor and see if you might have cataracts. Don't be in denial, thinking your eyes are lovely, because they're not, because you're staying home. But I realized that I was a danger to people on the road and to myself. And because I honored me and everybody else on the road, I literally stopped driving at night. Now, if you want to know what it's like to have cataracts, okay, this is what it's like. Imagine yourself going out and getting the cheapest pair of sunglasses you could that were really dark, but allowed the glare in, okay? Now you put these on and you never can take them off. So can you imagine yourself at night? Now you got these really funky, bad, dark glasses on at night. And if you do drive, all the lights in front of you are going to glare and they're going to look huge. And it's not good. Okay. Well, that's what it's like to have cataracts. You've got this film over your eyes. But because it's such a gradual process over the years, you don't realize how bad it actually is until you realize you can't drive at night. And you get into a house or anywhere and you start flicking more lights on because it's just not bright enough, You got something, a film over your eyes. So when that happened, when I realized I couldn't see, well, I don't like not seeing. So I went to the eye doctor and he goes through all his stuff. And at the end, I just looked at him. I go, Doc, do I got cataracts or not? He goes, yes, you do in both eyes. I go, okay, are they bad enough to qualify for surgery? And he goes, yes. And I went, yes, yay. Whistles and bells, right? I go, sign me up tomorrow. I'm ready. Let's do it. And he goes, no, you can't do it that quick. But I'm not going to give you a new prescription for. Okay. So now they make an appointment for a month away. Then I've got to wait to get to the specialist for him to tell me that he can do the surgery on my eyes. And that means I've got to drive with my old glasses. So I took myself off the road and I couldn't drive anymore at night. And that was really harsh. But, it's only for a month. I thought, only for a month. I can do this. So now the time comes to go to see the surgeon, the eye specialist, and they go through all the blah blah blahs, and they oh God, I'm getting ahead of myself. So before I went to get eye surgery, you actually have to have you have to go get a physical, okay? Or you don't get eye surgery because they give you a little bit of a sedative and, I guess the doctors don't want you to have a heart attack. And great, okay? So I decided before I saw my regular doctor, the surgeon, that I was going to get the physical. I want this. I'm ready for the eye surgery. I've waited 2 years and I've talked to a lot of people. Nobody I've talked to had a bad thing to say about it other than they were delighted. Okay, so I'm ready. So I've got to go and get a physical. Now, I haven't seen a real doctor in 20 years. I stay away from them. I figure out how to heal myself or how to do it with herbs. So I do Chinese medicine. I do alternative medicine, anything but the doctors and the doctor's drugs. I really try not to do it. Now I didn't have a choice because I had to go have a physical from a real doctor in order to get my eye surgery, which I really wanted. So, well, this tells you how long it's been since I've seen a doctor. They gave me a health care card after I turned 60. I'm 62, and I never used it. By the time I got around to using it, the doctor was off island. so they told me, they gave me another place to go to. And it was actually the wrong clinic. And I find this very interesting because this was the Hawaiian clinic they sent me. And as I was reading the documents they were giving you to fill out so you can be part of their system, it said in there that you understand that modern medicine is not an exact science and it may result in your death or bodily injury. And I went, say what? I go, that doesn't work for me. So I circled it and I literally put, this is not acceptable to me. You're just saying here is that no matter what I do to you, I am not going to accept any responsibility at all for my actions, and you're going to let me off because you're going to sign this. And I went, oh, hell no. So now at the end of the paper, they say some really odd more things, and it actually says, now you're signing this without being coerced and of your own free will. Well, I circled that, and I said, no. First off, I already, circled everything I disagree with, and if I don't sign this, you're not going to treat me. And then I learned if you actually put the letters V as in Victor, C as in Catherine in front of your name, that means you're signing a paper under duress and you're being forced to sign. And when it goes to court, it'll have a little bit different meaning because it literally means you're signing under duress. Well, thank God they sent me to the wrong clinic. So I get to my real clinic, right? And I look over their paperwork. It's good, not a problem. Okay, so now I just got to tell you guys, be really careful about the paperwork and how you fill it out because that is in your record forever. And to me, there are some things that are just none of their business. Okay? Do I smoke cigarettes? Do I smoke pot? Do I do drugs? I'm not going to have any of that on paper. No, nope, I don't. And I don't do doctor's drugs, so I don't do any of those drugs. So when it gets, and I actually have something that I'm allergic to, and I told them what it was, and they said, well, what was your reaction? And I said, well, the last time I had it done to me 40 years ago, the doctor said, if anybody came at me with this kind of vaccine, I'm supposed to run like the wind. And I listened to them. And they went, oh. And what really scares me is I heard 2 people in this industry, when I said that to, come out and say, well, gosh, I wonder how you would react to it now. And I was thinking, are you out of your mind? Does it say experimental up on my forehead? No, I just looked at him and I said, nope, not happening. I'm not going down that road. Sorry. So now I get to talk to the doctor, and that was really fun. And she walks in and she goes, okay, you haven't had any shots. I go, I don't need vaccines to have to check my heart, do I? No. Oh, okay. Well, let's do a pap smear. Nope, don't need that for heart surgery or to check my heart for eye surgery. What about a mammogram? Nope, don't do those either. I don't need that for surgery. And she goes, well, okay, well, let's do blood tests. I go, I don't need that for eye surgery either, do I? And she said, no, I go, well, we're not doing it. And she went, okay, well, I can't make you. You're right. And I don't want that. That's not what I came for. The least the amount you guys do, the happier I am. So we did all that. And finally, I agreed to letting them do the temperature, the blood pressure. You know, they had to check my heart. And my heart, everything was wonderful, except, and I thought this would make her feel really, really well, because I had an ear infection. So she gave me some eye drops for the ears and just gave me a lecture on how you can use eye drops for your ears. I said, wonderful. I went home happy. I got my physical. Life was good. Now I go to, about a week later, I go visit my son in Washington, and I come back. Now you're flying in high radiation. My immune system was compromised. 2 days later, I actually got a really bad infection where I had to go to the emergency. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm getting into the world of doctors. This is really scary. They gave me the antibiotic. It worked. Now I got to remember, I'm going to see a doctor for my eyes. Okay. So everything's got to be really, good. The infection's got to go. So the infection went away, and every life was good. So now I get to go see the eye doctor, the real surgeon, and he does his little thing and says, yes, I qualify, and I've got everything together, and gives me all these, you need eye drops, right? Well, this stuff's expensive. It's like $200, and you need like 2 sets, which you really don't at the end. But anyway, so I called the doctor up, and I asked the office if they would pre-authorize it. And they said, no, they don't do any of that because it's too much work on their part. Slap my head. Okay. So I went in person about 3 days later. It's like, you tell me no to my face. And they weren't going to do it until I mentioned I had a radio show. Then all of a sudden they found me free samples, which I went home with. I was really happy. So now the day of the eye surgery, which was a couple weeks later, and by the way, they had me scheduled for December 31st, and I called them every day until somebody canceled, and they gave me their appointment. So I had surgery on December 14th and the 17th. They don't ever do two the same day. So you take a friend with you because you can't drive back, and you get in there. They numb your eyes. They take your blood pressure, your temperature, and they give you eye drops to numb your eyes. And then you go and you see the surgeon, and it literally takes 10 minutes. It's very easy, other than having to stare into the eye. They give you a little IV to calm you down a little bit more. But they put the darn blood pressure thing on me so much. And the easy way I can explain this, how much it hurt, was like being in labor. And ladies, if you understand how the labor pains kind of build, and keep building, right? And then it peaks, and it starts releasing, and you're just going, oh my God. Well, these things are on automatic, right? And I didn't know I was going to, if I could say, hey, this really hurts like hell. But in the meantime, you can't move because you're having your eye work done. And then at the end, I have to say my foot moved a little bit, but that was okay. When they took me out into the after the post-op, I actually went into a little bit of shock where I started shaking. And if you've ever been in shock, that's what it's like. You just start shaking. And usually if you drink something sugary like orange juice, drink orange juice and then get warm. But they were shocked that I was telling them I was in shock, which kind of blew me away because they acted really dumb. Like, why would you be in shock? I just went through surgery. Hello. So now I went home, and my friend drove me home. You can see immediately. It's amazing. But you got one good eye, one bad eye, right? Now, you got to rest. And when your eyes get strained, you've got to rest. If you want them to heal, you have to rest. And the only way you're going to rest your eyes is to close them. It's not like resting your body and laying in bed and watching TV, because these are your eyes and you want your eyes. So you literally got to close them. So I took 2 days off to rest. And the third day I drove to work. I could see that well, and forget the glasses, even though they took the one lens out. It was really crazy. And then 3 days later, I went back for the other eye surgery, but this time I had knowledge behind me. So I could go back into them and say, excuse me, is the blood pressure thing supposed to bruise you? And they would look at me and they would go, no. And I would go, here, see the bruise? And they actually made it, kinder. It was nice. And that one, I said, look, guy, is my foot supposed to move at all while I'm in the eye surgery? And he goes, no. And I go, give me a little bit more sedative, okay? Okay. And he did. That one was easy. The same thing, but this time I didn't go into such shock. It was much, much milder, although I did shake just a little bit. I'm not used to this, and it is surgery. I'm a virgin with this. And then I went home and I slept. I made myself sleep because you want to rest your eyes. And I was working the next day. It is incredible, the gift of sight you've been given. Oh my God. I would go into my store and I would think I would have to add more lights to it because it was dim. And I walked into my store after surgery. It was friggin' bright. I mean, really, really bright. You've got to wear sunglasses in the beginning because everything is brighter. Colors are different. You wake up, you can see distances. Now, the only drawback is I really can't see real small print, so I might have to get glasses for that, but I can live with that. It is what a gift you're giving yourself. Anybody I've talked to, even if they've had, like the first time didn't work, and sometimes it doesn't, okay? They just replace the lens and they get it right. Now, when I was recovering, I made myself sleep and I actually put the stone angel light over my eyes. And that helped untraumatize it. So when I went back to the doctor, I blew her away because she goes, wow, it's really healing well. And it is. I mean, give yourself the gift of sight. If you can do it, or if you can have your insurance company do it, go for it. It's a 2 thumbs up. It is amazing. And you see everything differently. Everything is different because you see things you've never seen before. I'm laying in bed. I'm looking at the corners of my room up there, and I went, oh my God, every corner has spiders in them. Well, they had to go. And then I'm sitting at my computer chair and I'm looking down on the ground and I can see the darn ants. And I would go sweep them away. And then I would see them again the next day. And it's like, oh man, And I had a very, very wise soul say to me, once you see well, there's no excuse for ignorance. Oh, so we were talking about the little ant trails. Well, I figured out how to get rid of those puppies. I finally got bleach and bleached them out. And I no longer see ants, but you can look outside and I can see the face on the moon. Unbelievable. I mean, and you can even get, I'm told, I don't have these upper grade ones, lenses that you don't need glasses at all. So when you do get this, you're not supposed to go in the water, in the ocean, which is really hard for me, but I love these new eyes, so I'm going to listen and not go into the ocean for at least 3 weeks instead of 2. And I'm not going to go in an airplane, which would really mess up the eyes. You stay off the airplane and you baby yourself. It takes about a month for your eyes to adjust and your brain to adjust to the new you. And you take the eye drops. So it's amazing. Like I said, that's one of those things that I actually got what I've been praying for, but it came from a direction that I didn't think it was going to come from, or certainly looks like it does when I got it, or I thought it was going to look like. But the end result, I got my prayers answered. Not so much as the gray hair, but I got my eyesight back. And I haven't been able to see this well since I got my first pair of glasses when I was 8, 9 years old. And I saw those, and you go, oh my God, I can see the leaves. Well, this is what it's like with these eyes. And I'm not limited to the glasses. And I can give those glasses away knowing I won't ever need them again. What a gift. And again, like I said, the changes that happen. I mean, I had to wash my windows today. Why? Because I couldn't stand it. I want to see clearly. And I can't ignore things anymore. And it just bugs me until I fix it. You know, like the garden, I had to fix that. But it's all good stuff, and it's putting my life back in order, and it's seeing differently like I've never seen before. I can drive at night again. I'm not limited. And oh my God, I can't wait to get back in the water with some new mask, fins, and snorkels and go dolphin swimming and really be able to see the dolphins. Oh my God. By the way, I live in Hawaii, if you don't know that. And I also have a rock shop healing center in Honoka'a, Hawaii. And you're more than welcome to come out and hug the biggest crystal that I am the caretaker of in Hawaii. And it's over 1,000 pound smoky quartz celestial earth keeper that you can hug anytime. Or I even have a 650 pound earth keeper smoky quartz celestial. It looks like a turtle that you can come and hug and touch and snuggle. You can come lay on my angel light tables. You know, I do little mini massages, free pain and stress release for those that come in, use my angel light tools. And I do the curse removal, energy balancing, and I also do soul retrievals for people that come in. And God, what an excuse to come to Hawaii, huh? So the second hour, we're going to do the soul retrieval. So you might want to go to the bathroom and get ready for that. It's going to take the rest of the hour. And this is very, very profound. This is very shamanistic. And it's helping you get rid of energy you've taken on that's not yours. And it's helping you take back your energy that you've given away, where people have taken from you, with or without your permission, from all your incarnations, past, present, future, planetary. Like I said, I do a major curse removal. We remove your mother's overlay, your father's overlay. And it helps clear the path. And I thought, what a delightful, wonderful thing to offer you at the end of the year and help you get rid of all that holiday energy and get ready for next year. And it's also something that if you really want to listen to again, of course you can. I'm on YouTube. And if you look up Google and Google Plus, I have all my YouTube videos there. On my website, you can go into my blog, and I also have a lot of my videos there listed, and a curse removal, energy balancing if you're just in need of that. Oh, excuse me. Work is starting. I'm not burping because there's a beer here, okay? I also have the Shamanic Soul Retrievals on YouTube, and you can get it through my website. And it's back to back, which I've never done before. And that's if you really want some positive forward movement, then I would suggest that you tune into that. And then we're going to ground you at the end because you don't want to leave really lightheaded at the end of the session, because I want you to be able to focus and to be able to sleep tonight. Unless you want to clean up your house and do your windows, and then don't ground. And I am not responsible then. So if you want to get rid of your gray hair, well, okay, go get a pyramid and then just throw it up and on top above your bed and don't think about it. Now the gray hair went away in about September, October, November. Geez. God, it took about 2.5 months, which is nothing for not doing anything other than sleeping under it. We're almost to break. All right. Well, this is Revolution Radio, and it's also listener sponsored. And we really appreciate all the donations that you send us, because if it wasn't for your donations, we wouldn't be able to offer you things like curse removal and energy work and soul retrieval for free. I mean, the F word is really cool, don't you think? And by that, I mean free. What were you thinking?
I think you're correct, Cathy, and it should be about any second now.
Oh, I've heard that before. It's like stretch. Okay.
Yeah, I was talking to my mother-in-law, and we're interested in your soul retrieval the next hour.
Well, welcome back, everybody. This is Cathy Bilsky, the Quantum Leap Let Light Unite show. And this is Revolution Radio at Freedom's Lips. And again, this is Revolution Radio's listener sponsored, and we really appreciate any donations that you can send our way. And just go to their website, Revolution Radio at Freedom's Lips, and look for the donation button. How easy can it get? You know, as you give, you also receive. And if you want to know about me, you can go on Facebook under Cathy Bilsky, or my public page, Catherine Bilsky, where you can actually leave comments. And I also have my store on Facebook, or you can go to the YouTube or LinkedIn or Google. So like I said, you can look up the curse removal and do that again, or do it for your family and your friends, or even do the soul retrieval if you feel like you really want a more forward movement. So again, so what I'm going to do for those of you who have not gone through soul retrieval before is we're going to open up all your energy centers, your chakras. We're going to pull all your energy up into a bubble of light around your heart. And we're going to journey backwards in time and take back all your energy that you've given away or people have taken from you, with or without your permission, from all your incarnations, past, present, future, planetary. I remove your mother's overlay, your father's overlay, and I do a major curse removal. So for those of you that are going to participate, I want you to sit down or lay down, and not so you fall asleep on me. Put your feet flat on the floor. And if you can, sit up straight so your spine's up very straight. Put your hands in your lap and close your eyes and listen to my voice. So I want you to imagine that you're in this huge stadium and there's 40,000 people there, and they're all doing soul retrieval, which means it's very, very high energy. And around each and every one of you, I'm going to surround you in a bubble of golden flame. I add to that the blue flame of protection, the violet flame of transmutation, the green flame of healing, and I seal you in the pink flame of love. We call to all your teachers, guides, masters, and we invite them in to make this as gentle, loving, and kind as we can. And around anywhere that you hurt, I want you to imagine my angel light tools. You can imagine a muffin with a big crystal coming out that's filled with angel light, the stone coming from it. And you're going to put the flat part, imagine the flat part where you hurt, and that crystal is just going to help release that discomfort while we're doing this. I want you to feel yourself, your silver antenna go up from the top of your head. and feel yourself reconnect to the Creator. And feel this lovely, beautiful, relaxing, healing energy come down from the Creator and fill your body up. And I want you to start taking some gentle, deep breaths, but not so you hyperventilate on me. And I want you to inhale light and exhale out everything that no longer serves you. And imagine that energy going through the violet, the purple flame, back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. So breathe in light and exhale out everything that no longer serves you. And imagine that energy going through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with your divine essence. So I want you to imagine now this incredible divine healing energy coming down from God, coming into the top of your head, your crown chakra. Feel it come through and flow out your third eye, your forehead. And now feel that energy come down and flow out of your throat chakra. And now let that energy flow out of your heart chakra. And feel it flow down even farther and come out of your solar plexus. And now feel that energy flow down even farther and feel it come out of your belly button chakra. And now allow it to come out of the sacral. And now feel that energy flow out of your root chakra. So feel that divine energy flow all the way down your legs. Let it go out your feet and send it into the earth. Let it flow down your arms and out your hands. And imagine it flowing down your spine. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull all your divine energy up into a bubble of light around your heart. So I want you to feel your divine essence now being drawn up from your toes, your ankles, your calves, your knees, being drawn up your legs, your thighs, your rear, your hips, and it's all going into this bubble of light forming around your heart. Feel your divine energy being pulled up from your fingertips, your wrists, your elbows, and feel it being drawn around your shoulders and all going into this bubble of light around your heart. Feel your divine essence now being pulled off the top of your head, the back of your head, the sides, off your ears, your face. It's coming down your neck, off your back, your spine, all your internal organs. And it's going into this bubble of light that's around your heart. And now I ask this bubble of light to magnetize to it any of your divine essence that's left inside your body, and feel it going into this bubble of light around your heart now. So from this bubble of light, you're going to imagine an endless string of light coming from it. And at the end of this string of light, we're going to put this big super scooper on it to help you take back your energy that you've given away or people have taken from you with or without your permission. And I'm going to call to one of your little angels to come forth to take the end of this super scooper that's attached to the endless string of light that's coming from your heart. And I want you to send one of your soul selves with her. And we're going to start journeying backwards in time. And I want you to feel yourself going backwards in time. Feel yourself getting younger and younger. You're in high school. Now you're in junior high, elementary. You're a baby. You're in your mother's womb. And now we've gone past this earth incarnation. And I want you to feel yourself going past all your earth incarnations. And feel yourself going backwards even farther in time. And farther and farther. And now you're going past all your planetary incarnations. And now feel yourself going even farther backwards in time, and farther and farther and farther. And now feel yourself reconnect to the Creator. And as you reconnect to the Creator, I'm going to ask the Creator to send you all your divine energy that she's been holding for you all these eons. And I want you to feel that energy now flow through your aura. And as it flows through your aura, it closes any holes, and you now have a very solid aura. And feel your divine essence come in to your superconscious, your subconscious, your conscious mind, your unconscious mind, and now come pouring into your body, flowing all the way down your legs, out your feet into the earth, down your arms, out your hands. Feel it flow down your spine. And with every breath, feel more of your divine essence come pouring into your body, integrating in a very gentle, kind, loving way with your cells, your atoms, your molecules, all your internal organs going all the way down into your DNA. And as you're taking back your energy, I'm going to call to your higher self and ask your higher self and the Creator to activate your divine blueprint for perfect health, the one that you created before you incarnated into this lifetime. And I want that to start manifesting in your body now. And with every breath, feel even more of this divine energy that's yours come pouring back into your body. And now I'm going to call to the Creator and ask if there's any of your divine energy that's left that you're supposed to receive, that it be given to you now for this session. And take a gentle, deep breath. And as you inhale, you take it in. And as you exhale, let it integrate in a very gentle, kind, loving way with all your cells, your atoms, your molecules, all your internal organs going all the way down into your DNA. And now we're going to move forward in time. And we're going to take back all your divine essence that you've given away or people have taken from you, with or without your permission, from all your earth incarnations. And we're going to start at the very first earth incarnation you ever had, going up until but not including this lifetime. And now I want you to feel all your divine essence come pouring back into your body from all those earth incarnations. And as you're taking back all your divine energy from all those earth incarnations, I call to Michael the Archangel to come forth and cut all ties to any energy you've taken on that's not yours. Whether it's from a friend, relative, acquaintance, stranger, anybody you work with, TV, said animal, whatever the karmic reason is that created anything out of balance in your life or your body today, and as all that unwanted energy is peeled off of you gently like an onion skin, it all goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to reptile, dinosaur energy, secret societies, organized religion. Cut all ties to any oaths, vows, curses, hexes, rituals that could have been done to you or your family, going backwards and forwards, hundreds of thousands of generations, or anything you could have done consciously or unconsciously. And as all that unwanted energy too is peeled off of you very gently like an onion skin, it all goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to any effigies that have been misused against you, and that's any elemental of yours that was used to hurt you or anyone, including anything you own. Clothes, hair, picture, your name spoken, written, just thought of, or anything you have your energy on. And as ties to all those elementals are cut, I call the violet flame through them to clean it up, the angel light energy to heal. We fill them up with love, and I command them to be neutral or only emit love. And now I want Michael to come forth, remove any energy implants that have been done to you or anything that could have carried over from any other lifetime because of dark magic, voodoo, or dark witchcraft. So I want the stick, pin, needle, or knife that's in your crown chakra removed from your third eye, your throat, heart, solar plexus, belly button, root, feet, hands, spine, your eyes, ears, nose, mouth, hips, teeth, anywhere in your body that's out of balance. And as you feel all those pins, needles, and knives being very gently removed, imagine all those spaces immediately fill up with the violet flame to clean it up, the angel light energy to heal. We release all that unwanted energy back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to any implants that could have been done to you, whether it's on a physical level or an etheric. And as we cut ties to those elementals, we call the violet flame through them to clean it up, the angel light energy to heal. We fill them up with love, command them to be neutral, and gently be released from your body later on. Call on Michael the Archangel to come forth, cut all ties to patriarchy, genocide, rape, incest, slavery, prostitution, persecution, circumcision, removing any energy overlay that's trying to manipulate you, keeping you from connecting with God, healing yourself, being really successful, fulfilling all your divine missions, and living your life in joy. And as all that unwanted energy is gently released, it's keeping all these wonderful things from coming to you. We also send it through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. So I'm going to call to your higher self and ask if there's any of your divine essence that's left from all those earth incarnations that you're supposed to receive for this session. I ask that it be given to you now. And as you receive this energy, allow it to integrate in a very gentle, kind, loving way with all your cells, your atoms, your molecules, all your internal organs, going all the way down into your DNA. And now we're going to move forward. And again, I want you to reconnect with the Creator. And as you reconnect with the Creator, this time it was actually before you incarnated into this lifetime. So I'm going to ask the Creator to send you and give you all the information on what your divine missions are and what your divine purposes are and how you're going to fulfill them. And allow that to enter your aura. And as it fills up your aura is stronger and you have no more holes in your aura. And I want you to now allow this energy to come into your superconscious, your subconscious, your conscious mind, your unconscious mind, and just pour into your body. Let it flow all the way down your legs, out your feet, down your arms, down your hands. Feel it flow down your spine, down your back, through your neck, through all your internal organs. Let that soul memory be activated. And again, if there's any energy that you're supposed to receive from the Creator for this session, I also ask that it's being given to you now. And let all that energy integrate in a very gentle, kind, loving way with your cells, your atoms, your molecules, all your internal organs, going all the way down into your DNA. And now we're going to move further and move forward. We're going to take back all your divine energy that you've given away or people have taken from you, with or without your permission, from this earth incarnation. So I want you to start at the very point of conception and focus on when you were being carried on your mother's womb. And as you're doing that, I called on Michael the Archangel to come forth and cut all ties to any energy you've taken on at that time that wasn't yours, whether it came from your mother or anybody that affected her. And we want any thoughts, feelings, worries, wishes, dreams, concerns, fears, all be gently peeled off of you like an onion skin because you don't need it anymore. We send it through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to being born and going through the birth canal. And if you were in a hospital, the memories of how you were treated in the hospital at birth. And feel all that energy now being peeled off of you like an onion skin. It goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. So now I want you to take back all your energy from your mother, your father, your sisters, your brothers, your aunts, uncles, your cousins, all your old lovers, your current lovers, any children over puberty. Take back your energy. People you worked with, friends, acquaintances, strangers, and your higher self knows who all these beings are, and animals. Take back all your divine essence. And as you're taking back all that energy, I again call to Michael the Archangel to come forth and cut all ties to any energy you've taken on that's not yours, whether it's from a friend, relative, acquaintance, stranger, anybody you work with, TV, scent, animal, whatever the karmic reason that created anything out of balance in your life or your body today. And as all that unwanted energies peeled off of you gently like an onion skin, it all goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to reptile, dinosaur energy, secret societies, organized religion. Cut all ties to any oaths, vows, curses, hexes, rituals that could have been done to you or your family, going backwards and forwards, hundreds of thousands of generations, or anything you could have done, consciously or unconsciously. And as all that unwanted energy is peeled off of you too, like an onion skin, it goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to any effigies that have been misused against you. And that's any elemental of yours who was used to hurt you or anyone, including anything you own, clothes, hair, picture, your name spoken, written, just thought of, or anything you have your energy on, and as ties to all those elementals are cut. I call the violet flame through them to clean it up, the angel light energy to heal. We fill them up with love. We command them to be neutral or only emit love. And now I want Michael to come forth, remove any energy implants that could have been done to you or anything that could have carried over from any other lifetime because of dark magic, voodoo, or dark witchcraft, or even dark thought forms. So I want the stick, pin, needle, or knife that's in your crown chakra removed from your third eye, your throat, heart, solar plexus, belly button, root, feet, hands, spine, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, hips, teeth, anywhere in your body that's out of balance. And as you feel all those pins, needles, and knives being very gently removed, imagine all those spaces immediately fill up with the violet flame to clean it up, the angel light energy to heal. We release all that unwanted energy back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. Now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to patriarchy, genocide, rape, incest, slavery, prostitution, persecution, circumcision, removing any energy overlay that's trying to manipulate you, keeping you from connecting with God, healing yourself, being really successful, fulfilling all your divine missions, and living your life in joy. And as all that unwanted energy is gently released from you, we also send that through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. So I'm going to ask your higher self and the Creator to send you any of your divine essence that you're supposed to have for this session. And I ask that they give it to you now. And allow all that energy to integrate in a very gentle, kind, loving way with your cells, your atoms, your molecules, all your internal organs, going all the way down into your DNA. And now we're going to move forward, and we're going to remove the energy overlay that your mother placed on you, or the female role model that's in your life that's affected you the most. And we're going to remove the female energy, the mother energy. So I'm going to ask your little angel to come forth and feel that energy being unzipped from the top of your head, now being peeled off the top of your head. Feel it coming off the back of your head, the sides, your ears, your face. Feel it being drawn down your neck. Feel that female energy coming off your shoulders, down your arms, off your elbows, your wrists, your hands, your fingers. And as we take her energy off your fingers, we send it through the violet flame back to God, back to her, and we bless her, but you don't need it anymore, and you fill up with your divine essence. So feel her energy come off your back, your spine, down your neck, your chest, your male, female organs, your sexual organs. Feel it being peeled off your rear, your hips, your thighs, your knees, calves, ankle, feet, toes. And as we take her energy off your toes, we send it through the violet flame back to God, back to her. Bless her. You don't need it anymore. And you fill up with your divine essence. So I'm going to ask the Creator and your higher self now if to send you all the energy that has been kept from you because of your mother's overlay. And I ask that you receive it now. So take a deep breath. And as you exhale, feel all this beautiful energy just pouring into your body. And allow it to integrate in a very gentle, kind, loving way with your cells, your atoms, your molecules, all your internal organs going all the way down into your DNA. So now let's remove your father's overlay, or whoever the male father figure was in your life. And I again called your little angel. I'm going to ask the little angel to unzip that father energy from the top of your head and feel it being peeled off the top, off the back of your head. Feel that energy coming off your ears, the side of your face. Feel it come off your face, being peeled down your neck. Let that energy come off your shoulders. Now let it be peeled down your arms, come off your elbows, your wrists, your hands. And as we take his energy off your fingers, we also send it through the violet flame back to God, back to him. And we bless him, but you don't need it anymore. And you fill up with your divine essence. So now let's remove his energy from your back, from your spine, your neck, your chest, your female, male organs, your sexual organs. Remove that energy from all your internal organs, your waist, your rear, thighs. Feel it being peeled off your legs, down your knees, down your calves, your ankle, feet, toes. And as we take his energy off your toes, we also send it through the violet flame back to God, back to him, and we bless him, but you don't need it anymore. And you fill up with your divine essence. So I call to the Creator and your higher self, and I'm going to ask them to send you your divine energy that your father's overlay has kept you from receiving. And as you take a deep breath and you exhale, feel all that energy now come pouring into your body. And allow it to integrate in a very gentle, kind, loving way with your cells, your atoms, your molecules, all your internal organs going all the way down into your DNA. And now we're going to move forward in time, and we're going to take back all your divine energy that you've given away or people have taken from you with or without your permission from your future and your future lifetimes. So feel all that energy now come pouring back into your body from your future and your future lifetimes. And as you're taking back your divine energy. I again call to Michael the Archangel to come forth and cut all ties to any energy you've taken on that's not yours, whether it's from a friend, relative, acquaintance, stranger, anybody you work with, TV set, animal, whatever the karmic reasons that created anything out of balance in your life or your body today, and as all that unwanted energies peeled off of you gently like an onion skin, it all goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to reptile, dinosaur energy, secret societies, organized religion, cut all ties to any oaths, vows, curses, hexes, rituals that could have been done to you or your families going backwards and forwards, hundreds of thousands of generations, or anything you could have done, consciously or unconsciously. And as all that unwanted energy, too, is peeled off of you gently like an onion skin, it all goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to any effigies that have been misused against you. And that's any elemental of yours that was used to hurt you or anyone, including anything you own. Clothes, hair, picture, your name spoken, written, just thought of, or anything you have your energy on. And as ties to all those elementals are cut, I call the violet flame through them to clean it up, the angel light energy to heal. We fill them up with love, and I command them to be neutral or only emit love. And now I want Michael to come forth and cut all ties to any implants that have been done to you or anything that could have carried over from any other lifetime because of dark magic, voodoo, or dark witchcraft. So I want the stick, pin, needle, or knife that's in your crown chakra removed from your third eye, your throat, heart, solar plexus, belly button, root, feet, hands, spine, your eyes, ears, nose, mouth, hips, teeth, anywhere in your body that's out of balance. And as you feel all these pins, needles, and knives being very gently removed, imagine all those spaces immediately fill up with the violet flame to clean it up, the angel light energy to heal. We release all that unwanted energy back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to patriarchy, genocide, rape, incest, slavery, prostitution, persecution, circumcision, removing any energy overlay that's trying to manipulate you, keeping you from connecting with God, healing yourself, being really successful, fulfilling all your divine missions and living your life in joy. And as all that unwanted energy is gently released, it's keeping all these wonderful things from coming to you. We also send it through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. So now I call to your higher self and the creator, and I ask that whatever divine energy is you're supposed to have for this session from your future and future lifetimes, I'm going to ask that it's all be sent to you now. And allow that energy to integrate in a very gentle, kind, loving way with your cells, atoms, molecules, all your internal organs going all the way down into your DNA. And now we're going to move forward in time. And we're going to take back all your divine energy from all those planetary incarnations you had. And I want you to imagine yourself a bouncing ball. And as you bounce from planet to planet, I want you to super suck up all your divine energy. And as you're bouncing from planet to planet, I again call to Michael the Archangel to come forth and cut all ties to any energy you've taken on that's not yours, whether it's from a friend, relative, acquaintance, stranger, anybody you work with, TV set, animal, whatever the karmic reason is that created anything out of balance in your life or your body today. And as all that unwanted energy is peeled off of you gently like an onion skin, it all goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to reptile, dinosaur energy, secret societies, organized religion, cut all ties to any oaths, vows, curses, hexes, rituals that could have been done to you or your families, going backwards and forwards, hundreds of thousands of generations, or anything you could have done, consciously or unconsciously. And as all that unwanted energy too is peeled off of you gently like an onion skin, it all goes through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to any effigies that have been misused against you. That's any elemental of yours who was used to hurt you or anyone, including anything you own. Clothes, hair, picture, your name spoken, written, just thought of, or anything you've got your energy on. And as ties to all those elementals are cut, I call the violet flame through them to clean it up, the angel light energy to heal. We fill them up with love. We command them to be neutral or only emit love. And now I want Michael to come forth, remove any energy implants that have been done to you or anything that could have carried over from any other lifetime because of dark magic, voodoo, or dark witchcraft. So I want the stick, pin, needle, or knife that's in your crown chakra removed from your third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, belly button, root, feet, hands, spine, your eyes, ears, nose, mouth, hips, teeth, anywhere in your body that's out of balance. And as you feel all those pins, needles, and knives being very gently removed, imagine all those spaces immediately fill up with the violet flame to clean it up, the angel light energy to heal. We release all that unwanted energy back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. And now I want Michael to come forth, cut all ties to patriarchy, genocide, rape, incest, slavery, prostitution, persecution, circumcision, removing any energy overlay that's trying to manipulate you, keeping you from connecting with God, healing yourself, being really successful, fulfilling all your divine missions, and living your life in joy. And as all that unwanted energy is gently removed, that's keeping all these wonderful things from coming to you, we also send it through the violet flame back to God, and you fill up with more of your divine essence. So I'm going to ask the Creator and your higher self if there's any of your divine essence left that you're supposed to receive from all those planetary incarnations, that it be given to you now. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, feel all that energy come pouring into your body and allow it to integrate in a very gentle, kind, loving way with your cells, atoms, molecules, all your internal organs going all the way down into your DNA. And now we're going to move forward. And I'm going to call to your teachers, guides, and masters, the angels that work with you. And if any of them have any messages for you or any energy that they're holding for you, I'm going to ask that they give it to you now. And allow that energy to flow through your aura. And your aura is more solid, you're more protected. And now allow that energy to come into your superconscious, your subconscious, your conscious mind, your unconscious mind. And now feel it pour into your body, flowing all the way down your legs, out your feet, down your arms, out your hands, flowing through your hair. And with every breath, you're taking on more of this information. And now I'm going to ask your higher self and the Creator to send you and your teacher's guides and the angels that work with you, if there's any information or energy that you're supposed to receive for this session, that they give it to you now. So what we're going to do now is to pull all your divine energy up into a bubble of light around your heart. So again, feel that energy being drawn up from your toes, your arches, your ankles, your calves, your knees, your hips, your thighs, and it's all going into this bubble of light that's around your heart. Feel your divine energy being drawn up from your fingertips, your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders. It's all going into this bubble of light around your heart. Feel it being drawn from your head, the back of your head, your face, your neck, your back, your spine, and it's all going into this bubble of light around your heart. Now I call to this bubble of light to magnetize any of your divine essence that's left inside your body. And as you take a deep breath and you exhale, Feel all that divine energy now being drawn up into that bubble of light around your heart. So we're going to start from the top of your head. And what I would like you to do now is a mental scan of your body, starting at the top of your head, going toward your feet. And if there's any place it really feels out of place, I want you to take this bubble of light and I want you to blast it into that area. And as you do that, feel that space as it also is being released by the angel light tools, getting lighter and lighter until your whole body is just light. You feel light. All right. So now allow this energy to flow normal. And I want you now to pay attention to your body and tell me where, tell me, I'm on radio. In your mind, I want you to feel where the end of your aura is. Is it very far from you? Is it very close? Now, if it's very far, we need to draw it in. So as you inhale, take a deep breath, feel your aura being drawn in, and exhale. And as you inhale, feel your aura now being drawn in even closer. And you exhale and draw in. As you breathe in, imagine your energy, your aura now is about 8 inches from your nose. Okay. Now, while I have you in this very high, special space, let's do a bubble of light in the middle of this stadium filled with all these beautiful beings that just had soul retrieval. And in this bubble of light, I want to put in all your divine missions, your heart's desires, your wishes, your hopes. And I want you to put in this bubble people that you know that you love, that need help, that need energy, or just could use a zap of love. Put your family in there. And then put in people that you're not getting along with. And see that negative energy being dissolved in this intense bubble in the middle. And I'm going to ask the Creator to send you your heart's desires and to help you fulfill all your divine missions. And as you put all that in the bubble, see everything receiving so much energy. It's be given positive forward movement. I want you to put yourself in this bubble. It's a really huge bubble. And just start hugging. See everybody hugging each other. Hugging your family, your friends, even people you don't like. And see everybody receiving this healing, this blessing. Let them be filled with joy. Let that just enter their heart. And let the children also be given their divine mission and their divine purposes so they can move forward. Let yourselves fill up with so much light that you're magnets now drawing to you everything you need to be successful. And your paths become clear. So let's fill this bubble of light up with light and love. And let's take a deep breath and release it. And let's do one more bubble of light, okay? Let's take a deep breath. And again, as we exhale, imagine another bubble of light forming in the center. And in this bubble of light, let's place the Mother Earth. And let her send energy down to the very core of her. So no matter what happens, she maintains, she's strong and strong enough to reverse genetic modify, to clear up the air, to clear up the radiation, to be clean and pristine again. So fill the Mother Earth up with much light and love. And let's throw in the angels and the fairies and the elemental kingdom and all the gods and goddesses, past, present, future. Let them all recharge in this beautiful bubble of light and energy we're sending them. All right, let's take a deep breath and release it. Oh, can we do one more? All right, let's do it. And in this bubble of light, let's put in all the reptilian, all those people that do dark magic, and all those beings that don't want to grow into the light. And we're going to ask the Creator to work with them more, to give them what they need so they can make transition into the light. They become kinder and gentler and loving. We're going to ask the Creator to touch their hearts and close down the reptilian part of their brain and open their God brain so they have compassion and feeling and emotion and joy. All right, now let's fill it up with light and love. Take a deep breath and release it. All right, thank you for joining me with that. Now let's get back to the soul retrieval. This is going to happen down the road, and it takes a while for the energy work to catch up with the inner organs. So, and this can happen from tomorrow to 6 months down the road. So when it does happen, there's going to be a little bit of a shift and you might feel a little bit nauseous. It goes away quickly. It's not a big deal. Now I want everyone to put your feet flat on the floor, and if you can, to gently stand. And I want you to feel the earth energy come up through your feet, come up your legs, and feel yourself becoming grounded to the earth. And with every breath now, feel that earth energy come up even farther, and you're becoming more grounded, more clear-headed, very back in body. If you have that stone hematite, I would really strongly urge that you go get it now and hold it to help you come back in body. If you have lodestone, that will work. That will help you come back in body. And if it's warm enough, if you're still a little bit spacey after the show, if you can go hug a tree even for 30 seconds, just put your hands on the tree and imagine yourself sending all your excess energy into the tree. And then ask the tree to send you energy back, and you'll immediately ground and you'll come back into body. Or you can eat a little bit of food, that'll help you ground a little bit. Or you can take a nice relaxing bath. It's very important that you ground, because I can't just let you go like this. And if you have, drive, or you get in an accident, it's kind of on me karmically. So we go through this process, and again, feel yourself, your feet on the floor, and that earth energy just coming up, and you're feeling very relaxed, but you're very grounded. Now, this might be a good time, for those of you that it's pretty late, just go to sleep and allow yourself to integrate. If you want more soul retrieval, you can go to my website and look under my blog, and I have the YouTube video there to make it easier. You can just go to YouTube and look under Cathy Bilsky Quantum Leap Soul Retrieval. I have a back-to-back. This is what I would recommend doing. You do it today. If you want to do it tomorrow, fine. And then wait a week. Give yourself time to allow yourself to integrate. And then that next weekend, you might want, if you want to do it again, fine. And then stop. Let yourself integrate. The only time I would get it done after that is if you've really gone through something serious, like chaos, like every day on the earth. You have a death in the family, relationship breakup, you've got to move, something that's traumatic in your life, and you feel out of balance, out of body. So that's when you would want to do the soul retrieval. Now, if you don't have time for the soul retrieval, and I have like 3 different versions on YouTube. you can just do the curse removal. That's out there. You can either go to my website again, where I do have it under the blog, or you can go under free healing, where you can download it for free. And that's very powerful if you need like a little quickie tune-up. Or you go to my Facebook page, come to Hawaii. That's even better yet, and get it done in person. But if not, it's out there, it's free, and that is my gift to you. I really hope you have a lovely new year and that it is safe. Be careful of the drivers and, don't drink and drive, blah, blah, blah. And then next year, 2016, let's focus on world enlightenment and how we can actually put it into motion and create a movement. Because I don't know about you, but boy, I'm really tired of everything. I'm just tired of Fukushima going on all this time and it's not stopping, and everybody playing dumb, and friends of mine dying because of it, and people that I know dying because of it or getting sick. It's time to stop the madness. The only way we're going to stop it is through world enlightenment. And when everybody is reconnected to the Creator, then they know better. And then they don't do stupid stuff and try to destroy the earth. You don't do that. You become an awakened spiritual being that knows better. Yeah, 5 minutes to go, maybe. Well, I hope you've had a lovely year and that next year is even greater one for you. And you're filled with your heart's desires. And many miracles happen, and just be aware and open to them. And if you complain that you don't have miracles, well, when's the last time you took a breath? And if you don't think breathing's a miracle, try not breathing. Now that's our connection to the Creator. And that is a gift. What can you do to... Well, again, it's very cold outside. Do a random act of kindness. And there's a lot of homeless people out there. Give them a sandwich. Give them a coat you don't need anymore. And if you really want forward movement in your life, go through your house and get rid of everything you no longer use. Donate it. There's a lot of people out there that can use stuff. What's one person's throwaways is another person's treasures. And golly, jeepers, here in Hawaii, the favorite place to go shopping is your local dump where they do free giveaways. Best place to get clothes. And I hope I never run into the person that I got her clothes from. How embarrassing that would be. So, but do something nice for somebody. There's a lot of people out on the street, and it's not their fault. What goes around comes around. Do something nice for others and it will come back to you. So again, next year, we're going to focus on quantum leaping the world into enlightenment. What a concept. We can do it. Because there are more people out there that are awakened, and they're awakening every day. They just need new direction. So time to organize. And, even by being kind to somebody and giving somebody a smile is helping us toward that enlightenment phase. It's like a ripple. It goes out into the universe and everybody does feel it, whether they're aware of it or not. And we just need a lot of positive ripples, which I believe can be done, and it's our destiny. Our destiny is joy and abundance and lives full of love and happiness and abundance. And that's not airy-fairy. It can be done. And on that note, I really wish you a happy new year. Be safe. Aloha.